just somebody who did bring light and love into your life through this community or any sort of spiritual community that you might be part of before this. I would like to start with a reminder too, that obviously depending on how much people would like to share, and you can share more than once if you have more than one reflection, but start with one and let other people share. We will have to limit it in time, obviously, so that everyone does have an opportunity to share who wants to share. You do not have to share, you are not required to, but it is an opportunity to offer that light back with gratitude. So you're reflecting that light back to that person so that they can see it for themselves, because sometimes it's really hard to see the light that you have shined. It doesn't always get reflected back to you right away, and it's nice to know. For those of you who know me and my love of words, just before we get started, I love to go and look at the origins of words, because for me I learned so much from that, right? So I looked at the origins of the word mirror, since we'll be working with mirrors today, and I really found it fascinating, as I always do. So mirror, from Latin, a variant of the word, is mirari, to wonder at or admire. But then after that it said, see miracle, in parentheses. And I thought, see miracle? That's really interesting. So I went and looked at the origins of miracle. And from Latin, miraculum, it means object of wonder. So in church purposes, in Latin, it meant marvelous event caused by God. And from another version of mirari, to wonder at, marvel, be astonished. So the idea is to share the miracle of life that someone has given to you. To have that opportunity to express your gratitude for that miracle that has come to you through another person. That miraculous event created by God. That moment of sharing of our hearts and our love, the generosity of our love from the daily word today. And to be there in that space with gratitude, and to picture that web of light that goes out from this community, and how it connects all over the world with other people. Every heart that we touch beyond here is connected to all of that light that was shared with us, and we continue to reflect it out infinitely. And now is a chance to provide that gratitude. I'm going to start with, Andrea had texted me and about the service and said she was sorry she couldn't be here today. And I wrote back to her and said, that's not a problem. You can send me something if you want to write it down, and I'll be glad to share it. And so she did. And so first I'm going to start with Andrea's, and then I have one to share, and then we'll just pass it around. So she says, I have a testimonial. I honor Chris Abeel. And I would hold up the mirror too if I could, and we can pass the microphone or we can use it without. Actually, I'd like to put it down so I can hold the mirror for you, Chris.
Well,
I'll read loud.
You have people with hearing impairment.
I'll try not to be loud.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. I won't be quiet.
Okay.
But I do want.
I gotta hear this
I do
about
want to be able to reflect to you.
Hear what you do.
So, I honor Chris Abeel for the blessing she has been in my life. She stays positive through whatever happens and is a boundless source of divine zeal. Personally speaking, when I ask her for help with something, if it is possible, she says yes. For instance, I asked her to set up the chairs for me today because I am out of town. The bottom line message is, I've got your back. That is divinely inspired. She is a manifestation of how God holds us. She has also been affirming for me, holding the high watch for me throughout the years. She's always been there as my personal cheerleader. I appreciate and love you, Chris, and behold the Christ in me. So that was from Andrea. Thank you.
I second that emotion.
I think many of us second that emotion for Chris. I'm going to share something for someone who is not here today, but wishes she could be here today. So as you know, Christine Capshoot and I have been very close over the years. Heartmates is the term that we came up with. for all of the learning that we've done. And for me, that's one of the things in this community that has been the most powerful, is that exploration that we do together. And I think during Echo service, we heard that too, that sense of exploration with Therese, that this community they created within a community that spent all that time exploring together, learning and growing. That is such a huge part of this community. And Christine and I did a lot of that, and Pamela too, as a group years ago, when we grew a lot. And we walked through so many difficult times together. She was there for me throughout my divorce and figuring out what to do after getting divorced, who I was, who I wanted to be, who I wanted to become. Every step of the way, she was there with me. All of the huge decisions I had to make, every terrible poem that I wrote, as she got everything, because I was so excited to discover this gift of poetry, and so I sent her everything that I wrote, every time. So I'm sure I overwhelmed her with things that just weren't worth reading at the beginning, but she was there with her heart wide open every step of the way. And this poem is one that I wrote for her years ago, and for me, it typifies what we do here together, that we leap. So it's called Leaping. Once more, a chance to fly, disguised as a chance to fall. I stood on the edge, looking down, not knowing at first that there was no down, but learning. Beside me, I always knew she was. In my darkness or fear, I could feel her. My eyes always met by hers. My heart always known by her. Always she knew I would fly when I doubted the wind. Her strength, a reminder of my own. Every time she leapt with me. We leap no more, but fly together now, on wings of grace, free in knowing. So Christine, you know you're not here today. Thank you for all the gifts you gave me, gifts of heart. And so I will just pass the microphone. Whoever feels called to speak, wants to speak, please do. Hold a mirror if you want to hold a mirror. There is one in each section we can pass around if you want to. And share your gifts of heart. I'm glad to carry the mic around if I need to. Does anybody want to start?
I have a couple people I'd like to recognize today. First, I'd like to mention Kay. I really appreciate everything you've done for Joey. And also, when my brother was in the hospital last December, at the last moment, I needed someone to watch my cats. And you came forward and came over to our home and took excellent care of our animals. And I really appreciate your service. And I can't thank you enough. And I'd also like to recognize Claire. She's been there for me ever since I started coming to this church regularly. She's always been there for me to, be a sounding board. She's helped me uncover and transform a lot of the beliefs that I didn't really, in the stories, I didn't really realize that were in play in my life. And I can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing us. What came to my mind is Reverend Toro. So I have lived in a metaphysical world for many years, but not in a religious world. One morning when I had moved here to Virginia, I was in bed and I was thinking, what shall I do? Loneliness was really a part of my life at that time. And I got the word unity. So I got on the computer and looked, where is Unity in Fredericksburg? So I was here at 10 o'clock, in the building. And I saw Reverend Toro and he saw me. We saw each other. And then he looked away and he walked away. And that was not Reverend Toro, because anybody who came in got a hug. So the next time when I came in, He looked at me and I looked at him and he walked away. And I thought, that is interesting. Melvin comes in and gets a giant hug, and here I come in. Anyway, I think it was the 4th time, but I had other people who hugged me, but not Reverend Thorne. I think it was the 4th time when I came in, when he finally came up to me and gave me a hug and didn't say anything but looked at my eyes. Well, we were buddies after that, on a different level that we recognized each other. And I had the blessing that when he left, he asked me to take over the prayer and conscious creating group, which was on Wednesday evening, which I have been committed to. And not only that I've been committed to, I've had amazing angels. One of them is sitting there who comes Therese comes every Wednesday. John and Melissa here. And we have created a circle that is so sacred through just being there. And that is thanks to Reverend Thorne. What a gift. Thank you.
My sister Andrea visited Unity a couple years ago and told me how warm and loving the people were and how she wanted me to come to church. And I wasn't quite ready because some other experiences, I lived in a metaphysical life too, but coming into a community was a little nervous. So I'm grateful that she brought me here, and then all the warm and loving people that greet us at the door, and I'm still learning everybody's names. But the interconnectedness in Joe's web, I feel here because I spiritually came to my yoga teacher, Debbie Bennett, who teaches here, and I study here and study yoga and practice yoga through her and teach yoga, which brought me to my yoga sister, Tanya Awan, who teaches restorative yoga here. And Tanya is definitely my yoga sister, a soul sister, and especially her restorative class. I can grieve, I can sit and just be in a safe space, and there's lots of healing there. And then Tom Capshaw is my Reiki teacher, and I have studied Reiki under him. And then I've also studied under Mark Torgeson for sound healing. So Unity has provided this interconnectedness of all these wonderful healing teachers and this beautiful community. So I'm very grateful for that. So thank you.
I want to honor all of you that are here today and every Sunday that I come, and even when I'm not here. Sometimes the world can squash you, and life can squash you, and I don't like being squashed. And I come here, and you have all allowed my light to shine. And because of all of you and the energy that abides here, I take my light with me everywhere. Kind of an understatement, but it was something I was finally able to do instead of worrying about how people might react to my stuff, because there's a lot. And so I'm just very grateful for this place and for all of you, for giving me, for letting me see my own permission to shine. So thank you.
For some people that know me, I'm a woman of a few words, and Judy kind of took what I was thinking. But, I don't know, I was drawn to Unity, and I'm glad I made it here. And I learned something from each and every one of you each time I'm here or during our interactions during the week. But I won't single out Pamela Mann. I think she was the first person that recommended me to be a spirit group leader and things. And I guess I leapfrogged from there, but I'm glad I'm here. And I'm glad everybody else is here too.
Morning. My name's Wayne Miller, and my mother and my grandmother are very actively metaphysical. My grandmother passed 20 years ago, but that didn't stop her. She continues to talk and speak and influence, and I was rummaging, looking for a particular book this week, and I found one from her collection that I don't remember reading, and I read it. And at the end were some Unity links, and I looked up Unity, and I found her website. I'm like, well, I'm not sure if this is related or not. And I happened to click on the sermon from a couple of weeks ago, which was the same author that I was reading, Patrick Ponder. And I figured that was a sign that she was saying, you all are talking good stuff, and I should come and check it out. So thank you for the warm welcome, and I appreciate you having me.
Well, the first person I want to do a shout out to is Rick. I didn't really know Rick in the third dimension a whole lot. Now, we were in a circle of 8, but I think his health was declining then, and we really never got to talk. But I was blessed to adopt a sizable portion of his library. So I get to know Rick continually through his library. I've even found a letter in one of his books from himself to himself in 2012. I also write copiously in my books and highlight and color and talk to creator and my higher self and all that. He does, well, he does that too. So I get to see what he emphasizes. And he is a very wise man. And then I also want to shout out to Claire because I feel like there are very few people who see me, or when they do see me, they look upon me like I'm weird, but none of you guys do. But I feel like Claire really sees me and accepts me anyway, loves me anyway. And I want to say that when the first time I came here, after I left, I had a new calmness in me that I've never had my entire life, because I was always considered like odd. You know, Dad used to say, "What planet are you from?" Little did he know. So, anyway, these are my people. You guys are my people. Thanks for seeing me. And I see everybody else out there, but they don't like what I see. But you guys are cool about it. Thanks.
I, like Lynda, I've been here for 19 years, and I just love this community. This is where I am fed. I have been fed, well fed here, with knowledge and understanding, and I just love you all. I learned how to express unconditional love through this group, interacting with this group. However, I'd like to shout out to Reverend Trish, our First Minister. I have no doubt that she was sent here for me. Yeah, but I found out that there were unities all my life. That I am a student, an avid student of religion and politics, and the computer and technology. I found out that all my life there's been unities wherever I lived, and I did not connect with unity until we settled here in Fredericksburg. So I feel like God was trying to tell me something, but all happens in God's good time.
Beautiful.
I found Unity in 1983, so I've been a Unity student for a long time. But when first time I came to Unity of Fredericksburg, and
Reverend Tricia was just so warm, and the people were so warm. And for all our changes and people coming and going, it's still the warmest family group. No matter what's going on in my life, I can come and know that I'm just surrounded by that warmth of everybody. And it's a feeling that you just don't get in another group. I love everybody here, and no matter those in the past and those that are yet to come, and I feel very privileged to be a part of this community. I have to give a shout out to Reverend Toro too, because his enthusiasm is incredible. And also to my dear friend Maya, who we met at my kind of family, and it's her birthday today.
I came to Unity at the beginning of 2000, after having had absolutely no religious background, never went to any church before, and came with my daughter, and Tricia and her husband Dan just accepted us immediately, and I've been here ever since. And so I want to honor our faith guides, Tricia and Reverend Carolyn and Reverend Toro and Melvin and Reverend Judy. This gives me peace, and it gives me support that I've never felt that I've had before in my life. And I honor Lord.
I honor you all. My husband is, he's Mr. Explorer, and he explored Unity at the Jazzercise building. And we came there when Reverend Carolyn was there, and I remember Chris, and I remember Rick, and we just, thought, what a sweet community of people, and we continued to go in our vein of familiarity with, our Baptist church, and, it just kept feeling like a square peg in a round hole. And then we came here, over on the Princess Anne location, and just began to grow. And I think the thing that I can say that I feel and that I'm grateful for is the love. Because that's all that we have in common. Love conquers all, and that's all there is, and all means all, and that's all is. And when you put all the other stuff together in this world that is unpleasant, unkind, unthinkable, uncomfortable, undesirable, I think of this community, and I think of this spiritual community, and the New Thought movement, and we here at Fredericksburg, in Fredericksburg at Unity, are so powerful in what we have, even though we're so small, because it is a community of love. And I cannot imagine my life had I not come to Unity. Because the love that allows all of us to thrive in the beingness of who we are is all there is. And I'm grateful for so many people here, but collectively, I just am grateful for the Unity spiritual community.
Thank you.
Well, there's so many, can you hear me? Let me do this one. There's so many people that, as you all have been talking, I've been thinking a lot about my experience here and all the people who've touched me. And one of the things is just being able to come to the service and listen to beautiful music, and having the good audio visuals, and think about Christina and Chris and Melvin and Beverly, the people who make this happen every week or however often they come, just being able to come and sit and enjoy the service, the ushers, the people who bring the food, all of those more physical things that allow me the opportunity to come and hear and connect with you guys and with Spirit. My first time I came to Unity was Halloween, and everyone was dressed up. Wow, it was crazy. And Reverend Toro just blew my mind. It was just awesome. And Rick gave me a book, Eric Tolle's book. See, I haven't been doing my homework, but it was just out of the blue. Maybe he did that for everyone, I don't know, but he handed it to me and opened up a whole world for me. One day I was having a tough time, and Ethel Schilder was there for me, and it was beautiful. And Andrea telling me, oh, I grew up Catholic, and I'm like, oh, so it is okay for me to be here. And so it's just a lot of people. Certainly Claire's been huge in my life, and just all of you that are here, Barbara and Nina and John, just always there, so there for me, so I can be with you.
I was trying to think of who to say thank you to, and it would be everyone here as well as everyone who isn't today, for various and sundry reasons. And the first time that I saw Unity was about in 1970, 21.
Wow.
I forget even what century it is anymore. 80s. It was sometime in the 80s, I think, the 1980s. And, but I, at that time, was working for the Inspector General's office with Defense, the Defense Department. And as usual, I have a real low threshold for tolerance at times. And I'd been assigned this case, and it, to me, was just stupid. I mean, that we should waste the government's money looking into something that was just stupid. Somebody had a grudge, you know? And so I went over to another cubicle to talk to a coworker, and I said, Lynda, and she held her hand up. And she said, wait just a minute, let me finish. And she was reading the Daily Word. And I said, what's that? So she read a couple sentences, and I said, man, do I need that kind of magazine? That's how it started, because shortly thereafter, I was transferred to Germany, and I took my Daily Word with me. And all the time over there, my subscription came, and it was fine. And then when I came back, became affiliated with Unity in Alexandria, and just hasn't stopped. And born, bred, educated Southern Baptist, and while I was living in different parts of the country, it was everything from Methodist and Episcopal and Lutheran, and probably a couple I couldn't even spell. But it came back to Unity. And it's everything that everybody said. It's the warmth. You don't need a stranger here. And the hugs, and just the smiles, and you can be down. One thing I really like, you're free to come and be who you are and come as you are. If I don't feel like dressing up, or I've got to go walk dogs afterwards or whatever, I don't feel like I have to have on high heels and pantyhose and this and that. All that stuff, because you're going to church. And, but I look around, it's even at the faces here, and see the growth and the changes and how I've gotten to know people. There's one person here that keeps saying, you know that thing you bought at the auction a year ago? Without any names, but we can see who's grinning. And then there's a person that's got this cat named Jinx. And I thought at the time maybe I was being jinxed because that cat would have next to nothing to do with me. But then Jinx came out when Jinx saw who opened the cans of food. So, and Nina and Barb and Jonetta, well, Jonetta's learned how to kiss her dog. I can't get her to kiss him on the nose yet. But it just, you know, just all of you. Like I said, to point one out or another out is to exclude somebody else on us. I will tell you one quick thing though. I'm a pet sitter now. I'm retired from the government. But, I had a dog that I was walking, midday walk, every day walk. Owners were most of the time away. But I was walking, went and picked this one dog up, we started out walking, and there was a woman in the yard with, it was an apartment building, with her dog. And I always carried treats in my pocket, all that kind of thing. So I asked her if I could give her dog a treat. And she said no. Okay, so I didn't. And so we went down, the dog and I went down the corner and turned around. We were going to come back. I was going to come back and he was coming with me. And this woman started just railing at me because I made her dog sick. And I said, "How?" And she, "You gave him treats and I told you not to, and now he's throwing up. I didn't give your dog treats, you told me not to." And she's going on that. So finally I just thought, I'm not even going in that building until I knew she's gone. So I went on, walked down and around, and went down, and realized, well, my goodness, there's Lynda Allen's house. And I went up on her porch. I remember you were on the porch. I think I knocked on the door and you came out on the porch. And I've got something I've got to ask you. So, told her briefly the incident. I said, tell me how a Unity person would handle this. And I think back on that a lot of times because really that's what it's about. We support each other. We really support each other. I've gotten phone calls from people I barely knew about something I may have just casually mentioned. Just want to let you know, da-da-da-da. What a family we are. And what love there is here. The support. All of it, it's awesome. And I was going to point you out, and you already said it, so I wasn't saying it. But it really is, it's great. Small in number at times, big in heart. Y'all want this?
Thanks. I have been coming to Unity since 2004, 5?
I don't remember what year.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Maybe at least 2004.
Yeah. So I would just like to give a shout out to everybody. The very first faces of Unity I had was Christine Capshew, Lynda and Randy Fillmore, and Reverend Tricia. And I had gone from an Episcopal church to straight into metaphysics. And so I felt like I have gone from being a baby to where I am now. And this community has become my spiritual family. And I feel closer and more connected sometimes to the people here than I do my own family nucleus. And that is a testament to the wall of unconditional love and the beautiful lights that each one of you are. You have seen me in good times, and you have helped me through 2 divorces and the stress of seminary and many, many other things. And I don't think I could have made it through all of those things that I've made it through without this community. And I love the mirrors. I don't always look in there deep enough, but I just know that as I look at each one of you, you're a reflection of the good parts of me. You're a reflection of the bad parts of me. And I want to make sure that each one of you see as I stand here, act as a mirror. So when you forget the divinity of who it is that you are, call me, talk to me. I will help you to remember, because the love that each one of you have given me has helped me to remember in the days when I needed it the most. And that's what Unity does. I have only been to a couple of the Unity churches, and they have mirrored the same thing, but this has been so different than any other Unity that I've been to. So I just want to honor each one of you. Invite you to look at the beauty of who you are, as you are right here, right now. And to everybody else that has come before and those that are to come.
Do you want to say that?
It's hard to follow that.
I just want to say thank you all as well. When I walked into Unity, I was home. I found people who believed the same thing I did, found unconditional love, acceptance, and non-judgment. And I'd also like to send a special thank you for the person who brought me to Unity within the great beyond, Mary Mars. And she's with us all the time as well. So I just wanted to thank all of you.
Just the same.
I wasn't going to church at all. I didn't know if I believed in God. And my daughter Katie gave me the 5 principles, and I was reading down the list, and I was like, and I had a chill, and I was like, oh my God, this is what I believe in, but I didn't realize I believed in anything. So, and everyone who has come before and is here now and is to come, it's just this never-ending stream of like-minded believers, and it's just a beautiful feeling. I'm so grateful. Life-changing, definitely.
Howdy, everybody. How long have I been here, Chris?
A couple of years.
A couple of years now, I think. I started coming here right around the time Reverend Toro, probably like even a month before he left, something like that.
Yeah.
I still remember him off the top of my head. I didn't get to know him very well, unfortunately, because of when I joined, but just how he was always so random guy I never met before, comes up, give me a big hug.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Was always so appreciative of me coming there and sharing my music with you guys. And I always enjoy coming back here because one of the most appreciative audiences I can get. So that's what I get. And one of my personal goals in life is to share my music with as many people as I can. So I play with lots of different churches around town. But I always enjoy coming back with you guys because very loving, very appreciative audience. And I'll be coming back as long as I can.
You are fine. You're beyond fine.
Okay, does anybody else have anything else they want to add before we?
I just want to share that being here at Unity helped me understand what the song, "This Little Light of Mine," meant. I really, you hear so much, and you hear these songs, but then it just came to me what this little light of mine meant since I have been here at Unity. And everyone can shine their light, and it doesn't diminish anyone else's. We're all unique.
That's true, yes. Reflected infinity. Thank you. Is there anyone else? I would like to bring this to a close by holding in, or if you know the names, Kay. First of all, the people who were the founders of the Beginning Circle. that started Unity of Fredericksburg. Could you speak their names? Do you remember everyone's names? I remember you were there right from the beginning.
Dr. Christine Thompson. First meetings were at Christine and David's house.
Do you remember their names?
I remember some of them. I look back on it now and think very fortunate enough to be at a meeting. I got a call, and there was about 10 or 15 people there. I got a call and said that I would express various ideas at times, people I talked to and came across. Anyway, that I was of more of a metaphysical state. Some people call it some other things, but I am belligerent, obstinate, a few things like that. When I would just not challenge, but just question. I mean, to me, it was questioning various and sundry foundational beliefs of other people. And so I was asked if I would like to come to this meeting of several other people that are gathering at Fran and Jack McGurn's apartment to see if we thought that there might be enough support, enough thought, enough energy is perfect in the Fredericksburg area to start a Unity church. And well, here we are, the rest is history. And if everybody that's gone was here, we couldn't fit in this room. Wonderful, wonderful, magnificent group of people. And I know you're in a hurry to leave, but Tricia was our first minister, for those who don't know. And it was an interesting thing about Tricia. Tricia at that time was finishing up ministerial school when this little group met at Fran and Jack's house. And she knew Fran and Jack. And so in the talking, who can start it, who can lead, who this, who that. I believe it was Jack that said, well, we know somebody that's in ministerial school, don't know if she wants a church or wants to start a study group, don't know what's going on. So they called her and asked her if she'd be interested, and she expressed interest and came out to see what the group was like. I think that was at Dane's house at that time. I don't remember when. But anyway, the thing that really struck me, her husband Daniel was away for the week at something or other. And Tricia was home by herself, and school there was a break, like a spring break or whatever time frame it was, but she didn't have classes or anything. And she had decided while Daniel was away, she was going to do a personal sabbatical. She wasn't going to talk on the phone, wasn't going to listen to the radio, TV, total separation, and spend her whole time in like a waking type meditation. What is mine to do? What am I to do? I don't know. And she said, at the latter part of that time, she was going to the bathroom. She was going down the hall to go to the bathroom. The phone rang, and she happened to be by it. And without thinking, she picked it up. And then realized, I wasn't going to do this. And it was Jack McGurn asking her if she would be interested in coming to Fredericksburg and starting a church. Not you. But it's just been awesome. And the support from the various ministries. I'll give this to you, but I did want to mention one thing that was so funny. I had said something about Halloween. We were talking about Halloween at your church one day. And Reverend Carolyn overheard me saying, I love Halloween and love to participate, but it'd be more fun if you had somebody to share it with. That doing it all by yourself, it's kind of an empty fun. And it'd be more fun if you just share it. And so fast forward Halloween night, and I've got my candy, and I'm sitting out there, nice night. And this car drives up into my driveway. Reverend Carolyn got out with this huge pizza box. And Reverend Carolyn brought a pizza so she and I could get out trick or treat, and I wouldn't be alone then.
How beautiful.
That is unity.
Yes.
Didn't ask, just showed up. And that is what we're about. And all those kids that came to get trick or treat didn't want candy. They wanted
thank, but you can speak it, if you wanted to speak their names, you can do that. And I want to just hold everybody in gratitude that has ever served on the board. I know I've done it twice, and it's a really difficult job, it's a really joyful job, but it always has its challenges. So just everybody who's ever served on the board as well, I'd like to offer gratitude for them. So go ahead, and if you have anybody else you just want to add in to the name, please feel free to speak it out loud, and we'll close it with that.
Sabina and Michael.
Yes, Sabina.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Mary Johnson.
Andrew Johnson. Gina Martin. Joanne Bird.
Cassandra Monhart, taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Tony.
Cindy. Thank you all so much for the reflections that you shared today. It's been a really beautiful experience to see that light reflected back to everybody. Thank you.
Now, nobody leaves because we're gonna pass the music after the boxes are done. But, or as perhaps, given the time, do you object to that? If the ushers will get rather than pass it, why don't we just pass it around the circle?
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
Yeah, we'll go all the way around and come back. Great, Molly.
Remember the affirmation for the daily word? Guess what you get to say again? For the blessing and the affirmation for our tithes and offerings, if you will.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful.
And our prayer box, which was made just shortly after we were formed, I don't remember who did it, but as a love gift. And we have the blank forms in there, and anyone at all that you know that is in need of prayer, wants prayer, don't want it, but you think they need it. Here, go ahead, put it in. It's prayed on here, and then it goes to silent unity, where it is prayed for a month or something like that. But they're held in prayer, and I think once it's down on the paper, it's more in our consciousness. But when it's in our consciousness, God doesn't have to read it. And so we thank everybody who cares enough to support